Hi, and welcome back to Kingdom Come Deliverance, where we are in the prospect of doing, I assume, the last real side quest. I'm not gonna complete all those activities because that's like one sentence of lore for each step in it, and it's just go here, do that because of that reason. So the side quests are real story content, so that's why I want to do them all. To reiterate on that, we got this a lot of time ago, but we were asked by the herb woman to help someone who has been haunted, and we are supposed to bring poppies. I just remembered. Do I have enough poppies? Yes, I do. And this is the butcher's wife.
God preserve you, good knight. Can I do something for you?
The herbalist Kunhuta sent me. I'm here because of the ghost.
You don't look like you know a thing about ghosts. Why didn't she come herself? Why did she send someone so young instead? Do you know anything at all about exorcisms?
She was in too much pain to make the journey. But you can trust me. I know what I'm doing.
You'd better. Well, get to work then.
There's a few things I need to know first.
I'd rather you just got on with it. But I don't suppose I've got any choice, so ask.
What exactly's been going on?
It happens at night. Every night now an apparition comes to me and I can't get a wink of sleep. I can't take it anymore.
Whose ghost is it?
His name was Alois and he had a farm not far from Ledechko. A few years ago, his farmhouse burned down with him in it.
I've heard that people who die such horrible deaths seldom rest in peace. Why do you think he chose you of all people?
How am I supposed to know? Maybe because we're neighbors. We grew up together as children.
I suppose that makes sense. Where is Alois buried? For the exorcism, I'll need flowers from his grave.
He's laid to rest in the Sasau cemetery by the wall. His grave is a bit overgrown with vines. I've been there a few times for a visit. The first day he appeared, I prayed at his grave, but he came again just the same.
I know everything I need to know.
Then for God's sake, perform the ritual as soon as possible. May the Lord watch over you.
Okay, and we properly started the quest now. We need a flower from the grave of the guy. And as we're supposed to go back to Sasau, I want to go to the monastery to see if there's something in that chest that I can pick up again. But I had all in my horse, so most of it could be stuff that got taken from me when I was imprisoned. After now cutting my episode and seeing what happened there, it was just, they played this little prank on me where I stood at the kitchen door and the monk shoved me in. That was of course not a prank that they really did do, like from the game's perspective, but it's in effect it's been a prank they played on me. Because they shoved me in. I didn't go into the kitchen in front of their eyes on purpose. Okay, there's nothing left inside here. Good to know. They didn't do it on purpose. They just walked into the kitchen. They wanted to walk into the kitchen by like how the game works, that a person first can shove you and then can't shove you anymore, but can block you and then can't block you anymore. That was the real problem. They shoved me in. I was trespassing. They saw me, and I managed to get by that day without being sawn by the cicadas again. So I messed up the cellar nasty drinking habits quest because of that, and I almost messed up the main quest because of that. But I did manage to have it all be sorted out again, so that we could do what we wanted to do in the monastery. But it was a mess. It was a real mess, of course. The one overgrown by vines which would be this one.
Ah, I found it. Now to pick the flowers. Right. Now back to Drahamira so I can get this thing over with.
And we got the flowers from the grave. It was really funny how to hear myself complaining after I found out what it was, because I blamed the game for it. And yes, of course, the game is to blame for it, but I did blame it for the wrong reasons. So I should have just ran around after going into the kitchen there and had myself imprisoned and skipped a few days. And then I would have been able to. The problem is that after that I did all the forbidden stuff and I would have lost all my progress on all the side quests and so on. Because it would be like I hadn't even done that. Drive the ghost out of Drahamira's cottage. I want to look up one thing on that quest. We had a thing with jotted notices or something like that. I definitely wanna... Oh god, I don't have it. Oh god, was it in quest items? No. Did I put it in on my horse? Yeah, jotted notes. Move to inventory. This was the thing that I found and that I would have lost because it was marked as stolen. This one. Search in the burning bush. That's like a treasure note, but another one. Maybe we'll look after that. But maybe that's just the description on the meeting place with the bandits, because it sounds like that.
I'm back with the incense. Can we begin?
Good. Let's go to the cross in the bedroom.
Begin the smudging ritual. Drop the herbs in.
Well, what are you waiting for?
I feel a bit out of my depth. This is my first time.
Now you tell me. Well, get started. You've got the flowers, so it has to work.
Well, here goes. Pater noster quiest incarnis sanctificator omen tuum.
Are you sure you're saying that right?
Shh! I mustn't be interrupted. In nominate parties et filiis et spirits etc.
Sancti.
Ave Maria gratia plenti dominatrix tecum.
Burn the herbs.
Glory be to the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, as it was in the beginning, is now, and ever shall be, world without end. O Lord, may he rest in eternal peace, and may eternal light guide his way. Amen.
Amen.
I knew the Latin version
Please
of
God, I can finally sleep
that better
in
than
peace
him.
at night. Come by tomorrow to see if it worked.
Find out the following day if the smudging ritual worked. And I wasn't able to go out the door because the door closed in front of my face. Now it warped open. I need to leave places because they throw me out from time to time after luring me in. Which is exactly what happened at the monastery, what we were talking about a moment ago. Okay, so I'll be waiting till tomorrow. And we're back the following day. And this is not closed, so I'm allowed to enter, I assume. Where she's still sleeping.
So, did it work? Is your home free of the ghost?
Oh, you're here, are you? You're lucky I didn't have to get you myself. No, it didn't work. The spirit came just the same as before, and I didn't sleep a wink.
So you're saying I won't get my reward?
You get paid for results, my dear, and I haven't seen any yet. At least now I know that old wives' law doesn't help. Go and see Apothecary Coniash in Ratai. I hear he's familiar with all manner of magic.
Do I have one?
Have you tried drinking a poppy decoction? I could prepare one for you.
Do you honestly think I haven't tried that? Well, I have, and it doesn't work.
You are not complete. Your model
Fine.
is not complete.
I'll go and see the apothecary. Hopefully we'll come up with something that works.
Did you see that? How she's invisible halfway? Because they didn't bother modeling her model under the clothes, but she does wear other clothes in the night. We have to go to Rete, it said, yeah? The apothecary in Rete. At least it's open when I get there. So that shouldn't be too problematic. And there we are in Rete. I hope it's open yet. No, it's not open yet. Ooh. That did only cost me 1 hour to go here. Yeah, he doesn't open before 10. And at 10 it's open.
Do you know anything about getting rid of wandering souls?
The Restless dead? I might know a bit about that. It depends who wants to know. I wouldn't want to be accused of heresy.
Oh, come now, Konyash. You helped me once before, so I'd like to ask you for something again.
Fine, you're right, Henry. I won't lie to you. I'm interested in occult teachings and a bit of alchemy. It's far more than just old wives' tales. I truly believe it's a science. So what exactly do you need?
To help a village woman from Ledechko. Her neighbor's ghost has been haunting her. He visits her every night.
You don't say. Now this is interesting. Revenant spectral beings, cursed souls from beyond the grave.
Yes, exactly. Her house is haunted.
To put it vulgarly, my lad, to put it vulgarly. But there are spells that can banish restless souls back to the realm of the beyond.
Now that's what I wanted to hear. And do you know the spells?
Well, I'd like to learn at least one. But the only book I know that contains them has been classified amongst the Libri Prohibiti.
I have
no
that
idea
one.
What that means.
The
The
Necronomicon,
spell's
isn't
written
it?
in a forbidden
Yes.
book. A book that's in Latin and kept under lock and key in the monastery.
That book
It's called
wasn't in
Liber
Latin.
de Mortuis, Necronomiconos. Do you need to know any more?
So, does it happen to be this book here?
Where did you... How? No, better I don't ask. But yes, indeed. That's the very book we need.
Here it is.
Wonderful. Come back in a little while. I need to read through it and find that spell. And here's a reward for your efforts.
I parted with the Necronomicon and got 20 groschen. Wait until the apothecary has read the book. Let's wait 6 hours. I assume he has the same reading skill stuff going on like me. So he has to read like 4 hours to read a book normally. 2 to 4 hours, not longer for me, but my reading skill is superb, so I don't know if it's that case. Might be way worse at reading than me, but he's the apothecary, so he might have a skill of 10 or something, which would be enough. I read all books there are.
Have you read it already?
Oh, Henry, it's a marvelous book. Wonderful, really. I've found what we need, but it won't be easy. The spell must be said over the grave of the person preventing his soul from resting in eternal peace, while burning something from the house he lived in.
Ugh, of course. It couldn't be something easy, could it?
Who said meddling with the dead would be a walk in a rose garden? You'll probably have to ask your widow a few more questions. Once you know everything, get something from his house, and find the grave of the person that's preventing him from resting in peace. Then come see me, and we'll get to banishing that ghost.
Jesus, and I thought the living were troublesome.
Find out what's troubling the departed Eloy's soul. Yeah, it's not his grave that we have to seek out, but we have to seek out the grave of the one that's the reason why he isn't resting. So as this woman is a widow, it's her husband. And that's why he's plaguing her. Okay, that makes sense from like a formulaic point of view. If it wasn't all fake, because it's about ghosts. And here we already reach her again.
I saw the apothecary and he reckons that ghost of yours is quite a problem.
You think I don't know that? Last night, I didn't get a wink of sleep. I lay in my bed, tossing and turning, just waiting for him to appear.
And did he come?
For a long while, it seemed like nothing would happen. Then, towards the morning, the room grew cold as the grave. My poor heart nearly stopped beating when I heard a voice calling my name. So I fell to my knees and begged the Virgin Mary to protect me. When will this all end? You must work quickly. If this goes on much longer, I'll lose my mind. I know
You already have.
To get rid of him, we need to cast a spell over the grave of the person who's preventing him resting in peace. I'm not sure who that person is, though. You haven't already picked out a grave site for yourself, have you?
No. Henry, the truth is, I haven't told you the whole story.
It's her departed husband.
I'm not the one he's got unfinished business with.
Well, who is it then? I suggest you tell me everything.
Alois had a wife.
Oh,
Her name was
wife.
Lada.
His
and she
wife.
was a proper shrew, shrieking at him from sunrise to sunset. He never spent a single pleasant day with her. They must have fought like dogs. One night, Lada took a lantern and burned the whole farmhouse down with Alois inside.
That sounds awful. No wonder Alois can't rest easy.
When Alois died, Lada lost her mind. She spent days running about the woods near Tarnberg, completely witless, until one day they found her body deep in the woods. Her hair was all pulled out, her face scratched up with her own fingernails. They buried her there, where they found her, but I don't know exactly where to look.
I'll ask around. For the spell, I'll need something from the house where the spirit once lived. Where exactly did Alois live?
It's north of here, to the left of the road from Ledechko. But there's not much left of it these days except ash and weeds.
I know which one.
The farm was burned to the ground with Alois inside.
Yeah, she said they were neighbors.
Must have been a terrible death. I don't need to know anything else. I can head off now.
Find out what's troubling the departed Alois soul. We did that, and we have to find the grave and something that belonged to Alois. So north along the road until we find a burnt out building, which was over here somewhere. Ah, we already rode past this. Okay, this was a building
burned
once.
to the ground. So where can I find something that belonged to the dead? I'll take some of these pieces of charred wood. That should do.
So I just realized where some of the stuttering in Henry's voice comes from. It's not automatically placed in the middle of the ambient sound, but it's rather placed where his mouth would have been the moment he started. They started to load the sentence, which is when I then walk around a corner, it can be cut off and stuff. His own voice, because it might be not hearable anymore. Burnt wood from Alois' farm. Take some shard wood from the burnt down farm. That's it. Find something that belonged to Alois. Okay, now we have to find his grave in the woods. What does the quest log say to that? Find the grave of Alois' wife, Lada. Press the wrong button. I can't zoom here. We don't have anything here, so not the info. The full quest log. I'll ask around if the locals know where it is. Okay. Then ask like this guy. That's the bailiff. He'll know. He will know. Either these locals or the Tarnberg locals.
I hear there's a grave in the woods round here. Do you know how I can find it?
You mean where they buried that mad woman? They say on some nights her ghost wanders the woods. But you'll find the grave when you head up to the woods and keep some way off to the right from the stream. It's hard enough to see in daylight. If it's dark, you're sure to get lost.
Thanks. I'm sure I'll find it.
If I were you, I wouldn't go looking for it. It's not a good place.
May the Lord watch over you.
Your description is good. I think I can find it on my own. To the right of the river. Up into the woods. Yeah, it's up there.
Yeah.
We need to Skyrim our way up this hill, I think. Yeah. I think that's the proper term for climbing walls with a horse while serpentining. To Skyrim. Oh, he did just describe the location. It's just here.
This must be it. May she rest in peace, Lord.
Now we need to go. Because we can't do the spell on our own. That's the reason why it's so close. Because we have to go there twice. Makes sense. We need to go back to the apothecary, which we'll have to wait for the next day as opposed to open again. Perhaps it will still be open when I get there. It will be around 8:30. 9 might be the evening mass, and then they go home. No, they don't do that in this town. That's the monastery I'm thinking of. Why don't the normal guys go to mass at least once a week? Would have really liked this game to have like a real 7-day cycle that you have to see like that this tavern is closed on Monday. Like the stupid stuff that always happens when you have to go to a store. It's always the day that the store is closed, the one day of the week.
I have everything we need.
Excellent. In that case, I'm ready too.
Let's meet after dark at the crossroads beyond Ledechko.
I'll be there.
Okay. We'll meet after dark at the crossroads behind Ledechko, and I need to hurry to be there because this will be a problem. I assume he teleports, otherwise we'll have to wait till another day because I might be arriving at sundown. He'll certainly be not arriving at sundown, or it's dusk. Yeah, it's dusk. But I like to say sun up and sun down, so I don't get them confused on accident, so that you still know what I'm speaking of, while I'm just sounding a bit silly and am not completely lost. So it's over this way. Yeah, that's the first time I rode the proper road on my own, not by fast travel, I think. I should really stop at all the nest places because I think that's extra bow experience you get from the nests. But I'm not certain I'll ever have to use a bow in a situation where it's important. So I'm alright with my level 8 bowing, which makes me at least not shake as much as I did in the beginning of the game, because that first shot with the training bow, that was so undoable, and the first duel against Hans Capon. I would be so interested to learn what it is you gain from winning that first duel. This crossroad. Okay, it's this crossroads we have to wait at. Don't see anyone yet. After dawn. After dusk. Yeah, you see, it already happens. I'm already confusing those two, to my embarrassment. And for you to laugh about me. And there's someone to meet, and he teleported. Thank you.
Good. You're here. Come with me.
We can now go slowly, so he will talk. If we go slowly, it's always talking time. And if the NPC I'm accompanying runs, then it's non-talky time. Normally. Don't you have anything to say? I don't want to interrupt your pathing. Because I know that RPGs can have real hiccups if you speak to NPCs at the wrong point and interrupt their pathing. He might even go back to Rete to path back to here. And stuff. I also should not bump into him too heavy. It's where the fireflies are up there. You're taking a weird approach on going up there. Wait, the thing just says go up there, so I should just go ahead? Maybe I don't have to wait for him. And I can just go there, and then he'll teleport to me? Okay, this is where I have to go. Okay. I have to wait for him. There he is. I didn't even look after my dog after coming out of the monastery. He is still obedient. Normally he is really pissed off if I say to him stay and then don't call him back for a couple of days. He's usually completely at zero then. Okay, we're ready.
Start the exorcism so we can go and get some sleep.
Ziana Kanba, Zikia Kanba, Galubara, Namtabara, Ashakbara, Kikimbara, Ziana Kampa, Zikia Kampa, Galubara.
He said that the Necronomicon is written in Latin. That's not Latin.
What's that?
Go on. That's what matters. Just keep going.
I think that's enough. The ghost must surely be banished by now. Now let's get out of here before something worse appears. Go and see the widow tomorrow to find out if it helped. I'm going home.
Thanks for the help.
See Dramira and find out if the spell worked. No, it didn't because we aborted it. Ooh, that's not good. No. Yeah. Wow. Okay, I'm going back to the tavern and sleeping. So that the game saves and I don't lose my progress, and I'm gonna see you tomorrow while I'm reporting back to Dramira. And we're back at Dramira's place, where we're supposed to wake her to find out whether she has been sleeping. No. Weird. Last time it worked. I'm not waiting inside her house as to not get attacked by her husband. Last time it was past 7 that I was here, so maybe 7 is the threshold at which I can wake her. That might be the quest time, because the shop guard also goes outside already and stuff. No. We need to wait till 8. Maybe we'll need to wait even another day. Oh, maybe she's sleeping till 12 because she hasn't slept for a few days or something like that. Might be entirely possible. I'm waiting for 8 now. At 8, every respectable butcher's wife should get up. Or butcher's mother, or whatever she is.
God grant you health. How may I help you?
We cast a spell over Lada's grave. It wasn't for the faint of heart.
Mary, Mother of Mercy. And not even that helped.
What? Do you mean to tell me it was all for nothing?
Only the Lord himself can help me now. I'll need the parish priest.
Well, why didn't you go and see him right at the start?
What would he think of me? Herbalists have always handled ghosts. But now what other choice do I have? Go and ask him what I can do.
Fine. I'll go and see him. But I swear this is the last thing I'm doing for you.
You have my gratitude. Take a few groschen for everything you've done for me so far. Once the ghost is gone, you'll get more.
What am I supposed to do?
Go and see the priest. God bless.
Go and see the priest. This is becoming a weird quest line. Uschitz or... Yeah, Uschitz. Okay, I'll see you in Uschitz. I mean, we still have other priests in Sassau. There are 2 priests. In Rovna, there's 1 priest. In Rete, there's a priest, and they are all parish priests. So every one of them should have worked. And in Sassau, they have 2 priests, so one of them can just come to Ledechko and take care of the ghost. But whatever. I'm not questioning the logic of a game here. And there he is, training. My favorite priest. Okay.
Greetings.
There's a widow being haunted by a ghost. Can anything be done about that?
A revenant. Tell me more about it.
For the last few nights, her long-dead neighbour has been paying her a visit in her house. She's tried to drive him out, but neither prayer nor spells have any effect. That's why she's turning to you for help, Father.
In the scripture, it's written that the dead shall rise again only on the day of judgment. I suspect it may be something on the widow's own conscience that's haunting her. Do you know anything more about that?
Well, she says it's the ghost of Alois, a farmer whose wife burned him alive in his own cottage.
My. That would make a soul restless, all right. But I believe there must be something else that's keeping the widow from sleeping. A farmer, a jealous wife. I'd ask the widow if there's not more to it.
My God, that never occurred to me.
Yeah,
How
because you're
little you know
stupid.
people. Make the widow tell you everything, you'll see. And to make amends with the deceased as well as the Lord, tell her to erect an atonement cross.
A what?
You ask as if you've fallen from the stars. An atonement cross. You often see them along roads. Reminders of reconciliation and forgiven trespasses. Suggest it to the widow and see how she reacts.
Oh, thank you for the advice. It was very helpful.
I shall pray for the poor woman, and I'll be grateful in turn for any donation she may decide to make to the church. God be with you.
Yeah, I thought though. So that's the problem, that she has to have her conscience cleared and she didn't need a priest or a herbalist, but a psychiatrist. Or someone to help her at least. What? Okay, that's the main quest. Sometimes I'm a bit confused. I'll see you back at Ledechko. And back we are.
God grant you health. How may I help you?
I saw the parish priest.
And what did he tell you? Will he come and bless my house with holy water?
No, a better question is, what haven't you been telling me?
I've already told you everything.
I feel you haven't told me everything. Was there something between you and Alois?
There's no use denying it any longer. I was a widow and his wife Lada. She wasn't the kind of woman who filled her husband's heart with joy. Alois and I grew close.
So, fornication?
If that's what you want to call it. From time to time, we took comfort in each other's arms. Lada found out and began to make a fuss. They fought. You know the rest.
You couldn't have known it would end up the way it did.
Perhaps I couldn't, but I still reproach myself over it every night. For years now, I've been living with what I did. I suppose it's only just that it's finally caught up with me. My poor Alois and the children he left behind.
I assume his children know nothing about it.
They're already adults, but you're right. They don't know anything. Do you think it would help if I told them everything? That it would bring peace to Alois and he'd stop haunting me?
It could.
I think you're on the right path now. Make up for old wrongs. Atone for your sins. Erect a memorial cross.
You're right. I'll go and tell them the truth, however much they despise me afterwards. I'll do anything to get a good night's sleep again. Here's some money. Go to the quarry and order a cross be made.
I'll do that.
Thank you 100 times over. Goodbye.
And the next part of this, go to the quarry and arrange for a cross to be made, and to Tamburg. Okay, and we are already at the quarry. Didn't take too long. I hate that the horse doesn't disappear like people do when I run against it. Rupert, again.
I must reward you for saving my livelihood. If folk believed the stories, well, I dread to think how it could have ended up.
But the bad stone wasn't even from your quarry. I need to erect an atonement cross. How much does one cost?
10 groschen. We already have one such cross ready, so if you pay now, we can have it sent wherever you want immediately.
There you are.
Goodbye.
Don't they... I wanted carvings for the cross also, but whatever. Those are standardized with like crosses on it and stuff.
What do you think? Will he come again?
I'm sure we've seen the last of him. Oh, feels so light I could float away at peace with the world.
That's a peace I have yet to find. As you've seen for yourself, shaking off the past isn't easy.
Here's a ring my husband left me. I don't even know where he got it, but it might be worth something. Take it, with my gratitude.
I'm glad I was able to help.
Thank you, and God be with you.
And with you. I hope you'll finally have peaceful dreams.
Drahomira's ring. And Restless Spirit is done. Let's look at the cross. All the other crosses I can read, this one I can't. Talk to her again.
Tell me, is Alois still haunting you?
No, he's gone forever. Ever since I let go of my old secret and made amends with God, I've felt as light as a feather. I sleep like a newborn baby at night. Thank you 100 times over, Henry. Good luck then.
Okay, let's look at that ring, Drahomira's ring. It has 15 charisma. The silver ring had 50, 58, 14. 50, 58, 16. But 6 noise. The other ring doesn't make noise, does it? Okay, gonna move that to horse. I'm gonna take this ring from now on. Drahomira's ring. Yeah, a nicely ornamented ring with the widow Drahomira gave me for helping with the ghost. Next quest will be to go to the Dice Cast quest. So meeting up with the Crims for letting myself being recruited for the mercenaries that do the evil stuff here. So it's over there by the monastery, so I'll be sleeping and saving my game at the monastery inn, and I'm gonna see you in tomorrow's episode over there. Have a nice day. See you then.